Heavy rains have triggered massive landslides overnight in Wayanad, killing at least 50 people and over hundreds believed to still be trapped in the debris. Now, Prime Minister Modi has spoken with the Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan and taken stock of the situation. This is the Chief Minister has also said that he is personally monitoring the situation in Wayanad. Hundreds of people are still believed to be trapped in the debris of these landslides, with relief and rescue operations that are continuing in full swing but have been hampered as a result of continuing rain. Air rescue and relief has not been able to take place so far because of inclement weather. We're given to understand at least 50 people have died. Now, the landslide struck several locations across Wayanad district is what we're told. The Kerala State Disaster Management Authority has said that fire force and NDRF teams have been deployed. What we're also given to understand is that the Prime Minister's office has announced compensation of 2 lakh rupees for the families of those killed in the calamity and 50,000 rupees for the injured. Former Congress MP from Wayanad, Rahul Gandhi, said he's deeply anguished. He also stood up and spoke in Parliament. Let's go right across to NDTV's Pratibha Raman joining us with the very latest from Ground Zero. Pratibha, the focus squarely now shifts to the massive search and rescue operation, which we're also told has been hampered as a result of the inclement weather. What's the latest update from Ground Zero?
So what we hear right now is that more than 70 people have been hospitalized, and yes, a lot of them have been feared dead, more than around 50 that we hear in terms of the official numbers. School functioning as a school camp, as a camp was also washed away because of the floods. Around 400 families who have been stranded mainly because of the collapse of the bridge. This bridge was the only access to Attamala in Mundakai, and its collapse has severely hampered rescue operations. Also, the inclement weather conditions making the NDRF teams unable to deploy the helicopters there for airlifting those who have been stranded. This has definitely proved to be an impediment, but then, yes, most of the rescue operations are being done with the use of the military equipment as well as the ropeways there to try and see if they could reach out to those who are isolated there. Several villages have also been inundated there. So dismal pictures that we hear with respect to the bodies that are floating there and the kind of rescue operations that are underway. And another biggest hurdle would be the fact that it would soon become dark, at least by 5 p.m. How would the rescue operations continue because of poor visibility is also something that needs to be looked at right now. So a lot of challenges that they foresee, but in the meantime, priority is definitely to rescue those stranded and reach out to those isolated.
Give us a sense, Pratibha, of what is the situation on the ground? What are some of the challenges that those engaged in relief and rescue operations are facing at the moment? Like you said, air rescue and relief has not been possible so far. They haven't managed to airlift people because of the inclement weather.
Well, that's right, and that is precisely because of the inclement weather conditions that the helicopters cannot really be pressed into service at this point in time, and it will turn dark in Mundakai by 5 p.m. So how are they going to rescue those? Right now, the use of rope is the only method there with respect to reaching out to the isolated camps as well as stranded members there. The priority is to shift them to either the hospitals or to safer locations there. This has been one of the this has been one of them that is featuring in the first on their priority list. The bodies of those trapped in landslide are found floating in some of the rivers, like the Challiya River is also something that we hear from people on ground there. Heavy rains that have been continuing to lash the hilly regions, and that has been there for the last 2 days, and that's precisely why the district authorities had issued red alert there. But what they did not anticipate was 3 landslides occurring in a span of 4 hours that has led to this kind of a tragedy there. A very unprecedented one, as well as something that wasn't anticipated there. But yes, all eyes are on the number of or the extent of damage, which is yet to be ascertained in terms of official figures there.
Right. Pratibha, we are of course going to continue to track the details of the story here. But meanwhile, we're also given to understand that, Prime Minister Modi has spoken with the Kerala Chief Minister himself. There is a 24/7 control room that has been set up as well. Tamil Nadu has extended support with MK Stalin extending both monetary and personal support. So, help of course continues to pour in. But the situation on the ground, at least from the visuals that we are getting, continues to remain dire.
That's right. In fact, hundreds of plantation laborers are feared missing there. And several of the villages that are inundated, flash floods there. So it is definitely not a very pretty picture there as far as the rescue efforts are concerned, because challenges are aplenty there, but most of them have been working relentlessly. We're not just talking of the NDRF teams, but also the Navy as well as the defense teams that have been pressed into service. All of them working in sync to try and see how they could reach out to those isolated, because the passageways have been inundated, the bridges have collapsed there. So there is absolutely no way to reach out to those who have been stranded. And that has been one of the cause of concerns here. And the inclement weather conditions as well as the poor visibility not helping there. But then all kinds of efforts are on, with the Chief Minister himself personally monitoring this at the State Disaster Management Office, as well as 5 ministers who have been deployed and who have been leading the way in terms of the rescue activities there.